It is a pleasure to be with you this morning. We got a quick update on what's going on in Israel. Let's get right into it. Good morning, everybody. Glad to see you here. Hope your Sundays is going as well as mine. Just a beautiful day outside. I hope everything's going as well for you as it is here. If you are a TikTok user and you make your or you are a creator who makes their living off TikTok, you woke up to this morning, and we're going to talk about it. But before we do, we have some good news coming out of Israel, a place where there's rarely any good news these days. Three hostages have been confirmed to have been turned over. That's 3 out of 94. Um, it's the beginning of the process. We'll see how long it lasts. We'll see how well it goes. Again, I don't think that it's going to go very well. There was some shelling this morning. It was apparently took place after the ceasefire was supposed to go into place, and some back and forth about hostages, and we'll see. We'll see what comes of it. But right now, we do have some good news. Three hostages have been confirmed by the Red Cross to have been turned over by Hamas and are in Red Cross custody. Glad to see it. Glad to see it. So let's talk about TikTok this morning. It is a very big deal for a lot of people. There are a lot of people that make their living off of TikTok. And do me a favor, while you're at it, hit the subscribe button, which is the follow button, and hit the thumbs up button. Let's get as many people as possible in here, because this is a problem. This really is a problem. This is a rope a dope, and it's working. It's working. It is really working. You have people out there. I've had discussions like this morning. People, I railed against it yesterday. I'm going to rail against it again today. The circular firing squad. This was just one of probably, if I had to guess, 100 people that I had to remove their comments and explain why attacking Democrats for what's going on in with TikTok. And I will assure you, in the long run, TikTok is dead. It is dead as disco. It is gone. And when I say dead as disco, I mean it. I mean, there's still disco music out there, but ain't nobody listening to it. And TikTok's days are numbered. And let me explain why. This outage with TikTok, first, let's be very clear. This is not a ban. This is not action by the government. The Democrats and the Biden administration have taken no action against TikTok. TikTok did this voluntarily on their own in coordination with Donald Trump and the Trump administration. Y'all remember that movie with Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds, where hell, I can't remember the title of it. I'm sure one of y'all remember the title of it, where they're dead and chasing ghosts that had come back here into the land of the living, and they talked about dead stink. All right, there you go. R.I.P.D. There you go. That's what it was. R.I.P.D. Hilarious movie. Go see it if you want something funny to take your mind off things. Great movie. Ryan Reynolds and Jeff Bridges were hilarious in that movie. But you remember them talking about the stank? Well, we're going to talk about the Trump stank today. and why it means the end of TikTok. TikTok is it's kind of like Tesla. Its customer base is us. It's liberals. It's us on the left. But it's always had a right-wing problem. I have to tell you, I got my start on TikTok from way back in the day, uh, years ago. I started on TikTok, and it's always had a right-wing problem. It has. Uh, uh, there were some investigations done, some looking into it. Apparently, a few right wing employees that were employed here in the States that were screwing with left wingers' accounts. There were groups, like Charlie Kirk and his college group of kids that would go around mass reporting left wing creators. And TikTok never did anything about it because they were always pandering to the right wing, even back then. Well, it's, like I said, this election has done us one favor. Everybody took the masks off. This is Shoji Chu. Y'all remember him from this hearing. Everybody really liked the part where he kept trying to explain to Senator Kennedy that he wasn't Chinese, he was Singaporean. He will be attending and has paid into the Trump inauguration. He is in bed with Trump. And I don't say that lightly, but let's take a look again at that notification that they put out. Sorry, TikTok isn't available right now. A law banning TikTok has been enacted in the US. Unfortunately, that means you can't use TikTok now. That's a lie. That is a lie, and I'll explain why. We are fortunate that President Trump has indicated that he will work with us on a solution to reinstate TikTok once he takes office. Please stay tuned. That's a lie. TikTok did this voluntarily. They did it on their own. They did it in coordination with the Trump regime. They are working with Trump. And it is a problem what is going on here. It is really a problem. Before we talk about the fallout from it and what it means globally and what it means with China and their new ownership of Donald Trump, um, just as our base, what it means. Just Jones says Trump proposed a 50% U.S. ownership in TikTok. Ha! Can you say grift? And sorry about. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. My Texans lost yesterday. The Kansas City Chiefs and their refs played very well. Wolf McBashin says, "Hey, I like disco. I love me some Bee Gees." Yeah, that's right. But you know what? There's nobody out there starting websites for disco, and the same thing is happening with TikTok right now. Y'all may recognize this guy. This is where I'm going with this. Y'all may recognize this guy right here. This is Rick Wilson. He's a Republican strategist turned never Trumper. And if you're on social media quite a bit, you probably follow Rick Wilson because Rick Wilson has been one of the most effective there is out there at attacking Donald Trump. He understands how to talk to the stupids. That's why, and he's got a book out entitled Everything Trump Touches Dies. A Republican strategist gets real about the worst president ever. I have to tell you, it's a good book. And I think it's a good book because if you look between the gnomes right here, and thank you again for the gnome. There you go. Look between the gnomes right here. That book is Rick Wilson's book. Yes, the Lincoln Project. They have been some of the most effective messaging out there against Donald Trump. But the point he makes, everything Trump touches dies, is true. It is absolutely true. Long term, everything Trump touches dies. Look at Elon Musk and Tesla. Look at the Republican Party. The Republican Party's dead. It's MAGA. Everything Trump touches dies. And that includes TikTok. So let's get into it. What happened with TikTok? This was the statement put out, and why is the statement from TikTok a lie? The Biden administration put this statement out. They let TikTok know directly there is going to be no enforcement actions taken against TikTok, even though there is a ban in place. Why? It's the law. Why wouldn't there be enforcement actions taken? Well, Democrats didn't do this. Democrats didn't want this. It was the Republicans that did this. And yes, I intentionally have Snoop Dogg on here because he has sold out and he is performing and attending the Trump inauguration. A TikTok ban is wrapped in Speaker Johnson's foreign aid package. What happens next? That's right, folks. The Republicans put the TikTok ban out there. They put it into a foreign aid bill that was critical, must have, at a time when Ukraine was fighting for their lives, at a time when our allies in Europe were wavering, when they were telling us directly, put your money where your mouth is. Don't just tell us to stick our neck out there. Don't tell us to just foot the bill on this. Either you back Ukraine or else. This was a must have. Thanks for the support, Teresa. I appreciate you. This was a must have bill. It had to go through. That's why Trump told the Republicans, and Mike Johnson was happy to oblige, to put the TikTok ban in that bill. It was either kill Ukraine or sign the TikTok ban that they don't have to enforce, which they never enforced. They left it in place for the Republicans, did not touch it. Joe Biden even called them out on it. White House calls TikTok's vow to go dark without Biden support a stunt. And that's exactly what it was. Exactly what it is. You know, Joe Biden signed that foreign aid bill. But if you listen to all the stupids, remember, we're not talking just to you and I. You and I can take a look at this and we can understand, okay, this was a critical foreign aid bill. It had to be signed. The Republicans put a poison pill in it that we don't want in it, but we have to sign it anyways. We have to do it or people die. It is life and death with the aid bill. The TikTok ban is not, because we don't even have to enforce it. And they didn't. They never took a single step. Barbara, thanks for the support. I really appreciate you. I really do. They never took a single step to enforcing it. So why that statement? Why fillet Donald Trump? This is why. This is what you woke up to from Donald Trump. Yeah. The same guy that initiated the ban on TikTok originally, the same guy that had Republicans put the bill in a critical foreign aid bill in order to give people the choice of either kill Ukraine for Putin or take down TikTok. There you go. But it's working, folks. It is working. I have to tell you, it's not just trolls. I'm telling you, this is not a one off. I have literally had to block, and this is what I'm doing now, just as a side note. I have literally had to block probably about, I'd say, 50 to 70 people today because of this. I am not allowing the circular firing squads anymore. You won't promote it. You won't talk about it on my social media. We're not doing it anymore. This person who I didn't block this person, but I did remove her statement after I responded to it. She says, "We need to be honest. Banning a wildly popular app just one day before the Tangerine Trader takes office is handing him an easy and massive win on day one. I'm beginning to think Democrats like shooting at their own feet." Democrats didn't do this. Democrats didn't hand this to them. You did, lady. You did, because you don't know what you're talking about. You're repeating right-wing propaganda, and you love to be that class of people. We've talked about it. We've talked about these people. They've staked out a position on social media. Let's talk bad about the Democrats. Ooh, that gets me likes. That gets me likes, and I love the likes. I love the likes more than I love my country. So yeah, there has been, I can't tell you how many responses along these lines. Well, Joe Biden signed the ban. It's Joe Biden's fault. You're a bootlicker. No, Joe Biden didn't sign the ban. He signed a foreign aid bill that Republicans shoved the ban in. Blame who is responsible. Blame the parties responsible. But no, that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening. Fortunately, there are people calling it out, and you have to forgive me. I've got to play this. This is from Threads, and it's going to be kind of clunky because of the way Threads is designed. It's a piss poor. It's a piss poor format. It is. It really is. It's not half as good as Blue Sky. It is piss poor, and it's going to auto start the video. So I'm going to have to stop the video and back. Forgive me. Just forgive me. Just stick with me on this. But it's a good video, and I can't play it off of TikTok because TikTok is down. This is off my Threads. Fortunately, I have people posting things like this in response that are understanding the big picture.
Tell me why he's going to Trump's inauguration and why he posted.
Here we go.
Baby, this is marketing 101. Trump and the CEO of TikTok are in motherfucking cahoots. Tell me why he's going to Trump's inauguration and why he posted, "We are fortunate that Trump will indicate that he will work with us on a solution that will reinstate TikTok." Baby, are you quick to forget that Trump was the reason why we in this mess to begin with? He was the one who issued an EO that tried to ban TikTok to begin with. And it was Biden who revoked it in 2021 as soon as he took office. Baby, this is a stunt. You're using your platform to tell millions of motherfucking users that Trump is the reason why TikTok is going to come back, when in actuality, you didn't even have to go black to begin with. Because if anybody read the actual ban, it says the president has the ability to grant 90 days extension for TikTok to sell, or what I think will happen is Trump is going to call on Congress, which is Republican control, and along with the Senate, to pass a bill to bring back TikTok, to make it look like Trump saved TikTok. Trump saved all these entrepreneurs. He cares about the working people, when he doesn't give a damn about none of us. This is a fucking distraction. Distraction from us not paying attention to the mass deportation he's going to implement, not paying attention to that federal abortion ban that he's going to implement, not to pay attention to him taking away our affordable health care, meaning the Affordable Care Act. This is all a fucking distraction. Reason why I said these two are motherfucking in cahoots together is because why is the CEO reposting Charlie Kirk? Anybody who's a content creator understand that when we were posting things about Kamala Harris and actually bringing real facts and truth to the people, all of our content got hidden in the algorithm. I wonder motherfucking why. They're going to continue to spread misinformation, disinformation using TikTok, and Trump's hands is going to be all over it.
I left myself muted again. Damn, I'm going to do that every show. Look, I could say it, and well said, perfectly said. That's why I played that video. Perfectly said. 100%. I'll say most of it again, but yeah, he just nails it. He just nails it. Why is the CEO, why is Chow posting Charlie Kirk on YouTube? Why have left wing creators like myself gone from 500,000 views to 1,500? I've given up on TikTok. I don't post on TikTok anywhere near like I used to. I don't. And when TikTok comes back, I'll be deleting my account on TikTok. They're working with Trump. It's always had a right wing slant to it. There are left wing creators that are on their fifth, sixth, seventh account because their accounts keep getting banned over mass reporting. And TikTok knows it. TikTok knows it. They know it. They're doing it on purpose. So, yeah, why would anybody like me work with TikTok? And as this story comes out, this was just a strategically bad move by ByteDance. It really was a strategically bad move by ByteDance. But it will end up being a good thing for us. And I'll explain why in just a minute. Stick with me. This actually ends up being a good thing, or at least there's a silver lining. I just want to back up what I said of why this is it for TikTok. And I know you're saying, but Paul, it's going to just a couple days. They'll pay a bribe. They'll throw some money towards Trump, and then Trump will turn it back. It was never about it being dangerous. TikTok doesn't collect any different information than every other social media site does. And folks, your social media sites, there's no anonymity to that. They know who you are. They do. And they collect your information. They collect information about your job. They if anything is free, you're the product. You're not the customer, you're the product. And that's what every social media platform does, including TikTok. Now, I'm not going to soft pedal here that TikTok is owned by ByteDance and ByteDance is controlled by the Chinese. It is. And this is where we get to the silver lining of it. There are a lot of people, and I had to correct several people on this fact that they kept saying, well, China and Russia are working together. No, no. China will take advantage of Russia. China will buy oil from Russia dirt freaking cheap. But no, they're not working together. China is working for China and China's interests. China is not trying to destroy Russia, and they're not trying to destroy us. They're not an enemy. They're an adversary, and they're looking out for their interests. So, no, I am not soft pedaling the fact that, yeah, all that data that's being collected on you, and boy, there's a lot of it. You would be absolutely shocked at the amount of data that all of these apps collect on you. They do. They run these videos through AI filters and they collect information on the products you use. They collect information on everybody you have contact with. If these apps are on your phone, they have access to your contacts list and they create a web of information on you. That's how these work. And no, it's not a small deal that a foreign country has sway over an app. I'm not going to soft pedal that. But to me, I don't find them any more dangerous than our oligarchs. To me personally, I don't have state secrets on my phone. And no one that has a government job should have TikTok or any social media app on their phone. You are literally giving that app access to your contacts list, to who you text. You're allowing them to filter everything you upload. All social media should be banned on all phones used by anyone that has access to classified information. It just should be. So no, I am not soft pedaling this. I'm not. But I am going to tell you there is a silver lining to this. The fact that TikTok now has Trump's dead stank on it. And it's going to die. It is. Just like Tesla is going to die. I don't know any decent person going out and at a time when the electrical vehicle segment is just exploding. I think they had like 21% growth last year. That's huge, folks. Any market segment that has 21% growth, that's huge. Tesla lost market share because they lost to us. Every one of these oligarchs, Meta, it doesn't matter. Jeff Bezos, I don't know about you, but this Christmas I actively avoided Amazon and I will continue to. Snoop Dogg wants to go pander and jump on his knees to fillet Trump. You do you, but I won't be playing your shit. Not going to happen. Go suck up. Ice Cube did the same thing. Went from being fuck the police to suck the police. Went all ultra MAGA. I'm done with him too. I'm done. Never in my lifetime will I give Elon Musk my money. Ever. These people are souring their brands, and so has TikTok, because they're not going to be able to control this narrative. They're just not. The facts will come out. Despite the fact that we have this whole group of groomed individuals that think that they are super smart and super special because they're always in a circular firing squad. Gets them likes when they talk bad about them Democrats. Well, that's over for me. Do you know what having communities our size buys me? When I go block, it doesn't hurt at all. Not in the slightest. Now, if you've only got like 1,000 followers or 1,500 followers, those blocks hurt, man. I remember when I first started at this. You wanted to talk to as many people as you could talk to. But once you build a community, this is the strength of our community together, is we don't have to allow that nonsense in. And believe me, it doesn't bother me at all. It doesn't. So going forward, if you want to be part of that circular firing squad, that in every situation that comes up, you want to trash talk Democrats, well, you go do it on your little social media threads that, get 7 views because you've got 100 followers. But you don't do it on mine, where we're coming up on 250,000 followers in our community on Blue Sky. Even silly posts, will get tens of thousands of people will read them and like them. You don't get access to that because I will block you. I'm not doing it anymore, folks. We don't have time. We have special elections coming up. Thank you for the support, AJC. I appreciate you. Now, here's the silver lining. China bought Trump. They did. They bought Trump. And now you're thinking, well, how the hell is that a silver lining? How is that a good thing? China are not allies with Russia. They are adversaries to Russia, just like they are adversaries to us. Russia has full ownership of Trump. At least they did. Not anymore. China bought in. And they have bought in and have gained access to all of MAGA. You literally have Trump posting this morning on his failed social media platform, save TikTok. And they're going to take TikTok and they're going to partner it up with someone like Elon Musk. And it's going to die just like X. Because nobody wants to talk to right wingers. They're not funny. They're not entertaining. They're pretty pathetic and miserable. They're not enlightened. They say stupid things that are provably false. So, yeah, they're not going to do a lot of damage. And everybody that earns a living on TikTok is going to move to another platform, just like happened with Blue Sky. Everybody wanted to leave X, they went to Threads. Threads started acting just like X. They moved from Threads to Blue Sky. Blue Sky is exploding. But here's the thing. Here's the down part. Here's the downside. They're going to take Blue Sky down eventually because they don't think to themselves, oh man, maybe we shouldn't do this. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe everybody hates us because we're not doing the right thing. No, it's always control the messaging. Sherry Foster, thank you. We're way too busy for all the nonsense. Amen. Amen, sister. Amen. And they think that we got to control the messaging. It's the messaging. If we could just control what everybody hears, we could control their minds. I don't know about you, but I haven't changed. My values didn't change. I still think that everybody does better when everybody does better, and we need to stop pissing in each other's soup and just take care of each other. I don't give a damn who owns what social media platform I'm on. That's never going to change. But they don't understand that. They don't understand. And that's one of the reasons, we were talking about the inauguration. People are like, oh, it's cold, so they're moving in inside. No, it's not. They didn't move inside, but it's because it was cold. And some people hit on one of the reasons they moved inside is because they are really trying to push this air of inevitability. And having another humiliating picture of an incredibly small crowd was going to dent that. They really think they have us Democrats reeling and on our heels, and they don't. They don't. There were massive protests this weekend in DC. Massive, absolutely massive, much larger than you would see at the inauguration. That's why they pulled the plug. One of the reasons they pulled the plug and moved it inside. But you want to know the real reason? The absolute real reason the inauguration was taken away is they're going to try to control the imaging. And it wasn't a good look to have old Donald Trump up there surrounded by his billionaire oligarchs. And if they held the inauguration out on the Capitol steps, they couldn't control that imagery. But if they hold it in the rotunda, they control those cameras. And you watch the images that come out. They'll be very selective. You remember during the Jimmy Carter's funeral, how they kept posting pictures that had Trump behind a column so they didn't have to show his face? Yeah, there's going to be a lot of that going on coming out of the Trump administration. They are not going to want you to see old Chow's face at that inauguration. They're not going to want to see they're not going to want MAGA to see all of that imagery of Trump sucking up to billionaires while he's selling them out. They're thinking down the road. They're thinking long term. They're thinking what they're going to get hit with. You watch, they're going to be playing with the depth of field quite a bit. And they'll be blurring out the background. And they will be very selective shots as to who gets into the picture. Because that imagery is lethal to MAGA. Their MAGA base. It is absolutely lethal. And they're figuring it out, folks. It's been just just wonderful to read these accounts of MAGA morons that didn't have the money to, and they spent $5,000, $10,000 taking their entire family to Washington, D.C. to attend the inauguration just to be told, no, you can't come. And no refunds. No refunds. Just consider your ticket. They actually said this, consider your ticket commemorative. And oh my God, they are crying. They are crying on social media. But yeah, let me wrap this whole TikTok thing up. So what do we got? We've got another platform that's going to be like X. We got another platform where they took the mask off and they tell you they're working with Trump and they will lie about Democrats. And they did. They flat out lied in their statement. They did not have to go down. They were told there will be no enforcement. This will go to the Trump administration. To recap, Democrats didn't put this bill forward. Democrats didn't put the original executive order out banning TikTok. That was during the Trump administration. It was the Republicans that took that bill and they stuck it into a critical must pass foreign aid bill for Ukraine to kill TikTok. No, Joe Biden didn't sign a TikTok bill. Joe Biden signed a foreign aid bill that we had to have and then did not enforce the ban on TikTok. He didn't, period. That is what happened. Republicans are working with TikTok and TikTok is working with Republicans, and they voluntarily took their site down to create a narrative that Donald Trump's going to save TikTok. No, because everything Trump touches dies. And Trump is rubbing his stank, his death stank, all over TikTok. And you cannot unring that bell. Enjoy your losses. Does China care? No. China wasn't in it for the money. China wasn't in it to be, the next tech billionaire oligarch. They were in it for the data. And they got that. What does China care? And for nothing that they cared about, Zahira Sharif, I'm boycotting the inauguration. To me, it is a slap in the face of MLK because when Obama's inauguration fell on MLK Day, it was pushed to the next day. Thank you for the support, sir. I really appreciate it. Peaceful ASMR, they moved to the rotunda because of riots and safety. No, they didn't. They moved to the rotunda to control so that we didn't get images of the pathetic crowd size. And they moved to the rotunda so that they could control the imagery. That's why. That's why they moved to the rotunda. Had nothing to do with safety. But it is a good thing that China has bought into Trump. I mean, is it a good thing? No. If we'd elected President Harris, neither Russia nor China would own the president. Neither one. They would just care about our interests. So it's not necessarily a good thing, but it is better than just Russia owning Trump. And believe me, you're not going to like the news today. But yeah, Trump is making tons of money off this tech stuff. Jeremy Breeden, this community is smart enough to remember when all the MAGAs were saying TikTok is dangerous for 2 years. Yeah. What happened to that? I mean, what happened to TikTok is dangerous, critically dangerous. We got to shut it down to, save TikTok. Yeah, it was always crap. It was always crap. Y'all remember this girl? Name's Haley Welsh. Y'all remember what she's famous for? Yeah, I'm sure y'all saw the video. Can't play the video for you. TikTok's down. Y'all remember her catchphrase, what she got famous for, what it went all viral about? Steve, I knew I could count on you. Haktua. She's the one that said Haktua, spit on that thing, and went crazy viral because of it. Well, intelligently, she rode that way. She did. She started a podcast. It did okay briefly. But then this happened. This happened. Haktua girl Haley Welch launches crypto meme coin, but insists it's not a cash grab. Uh, we'll get there. And push that meme coin she did. Meme coin is just cryptocurrency, folks. It's just cryptocurrency. And she promoted the heck out of it. She really did. She really did. That's where we were. Well, here's where we are. Haktua girl's cryptocurrency crashes shortly after launch. What are meme coins? Meme coins are cryptocurrency. And she offered it through a platform called Solana. Yeah, didn't really go that well. I'm so Gina from New York. I'm so grateful you always lift my spirits. I'm glad. I'm glad because we got a hell of a fight ahead of us. We got a hell of a fight ahead of us. But this is where we are today. Hawk Tua girl breaks silence after meme coin crash and class action lawsuit. And stick with me. This isn't about Hawk Tua, the meme coin called Hawk or Hawk Tua. That's not what this is about. We're getting somewhere. Yeah, there have been lawsuits and even an SEC complaint filed about that meme coin. They're calling it a rug pull. In cryptocurrency, they call it a rug pull. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate you. I really appreciate you. They call it a rug pull. You know more along the lines of pump and dump. Rug pull is where they take a coin that is I guess as legitimate as a crypto coin gets, and they advertise it and they put it out there for people to buy, and then as soon as it hits the market, pull everything supporting it, stop backing it, and move on to the next project. They call it a rug pull, and that's what their people are accusing Haley Welch of being involved in. Now, to be fair, to be completely fair, do you think Tennessee Hawk Tua girl created a meme coin or a cryptocurrency? No, no, she didn't. She didn't. And do you think it was her idea to even create a podcast? No, somebody brought that to her. Somebody brought that to her. And somebody approached her about this coin. And I'm sure when they talked to her about it, they didn't say, "Oh, we're going to create a rug pull." No, they told her, "You're going to be famous. People are going to make tons of money, and they're going to love you, and you're going to make tons of money." That's why she's working with the lawyers that are suing the folks that brought out the meme coin. And it was issued on a platform, a blockchain platform called Solana. Why am I talking about Solana? Miguel Arcentales. Hey, thanks for calling out TikTok. They changed the message and removed mention of Trump. Heard my Yeah, they're really trying to hide that it's blowing up in their face. They know it. But this is why I'm talking about Solana. This happened just 2 days ago. And I have some bad news for you folks. Trump is now legitimately a multi-billionaire. As legitimate as crypto ever gets. Yeah. He launched a Trump coin, just like Haktua Girl, on the same blockchain offering company. Thanks for the support, Kath, but I really appreciate you. And it exploded. It's up around about $35 billion right now. I don't know. You're going to have to do your own research on it. I am not a financial advisor. But yeah, this was from earlier this morning and it was still going. Trump launches meme coin, apparently makes more than $25 billion overnight, and it's still going. So I'm guesstimating, saying it's probably around 35 billion right now. Trump's, this is why, again, the silver lining about this. Yes, it's freaking awful. We have a president of the United States. You know, he did the NFTs. He did the one thing after another, where people just invested, they lost money, then people swooped in and bought the NFTs and then tried to pump them up again. Janice Nelson, thanks for the support. I really appreciate you, Janice. I really appreciate it. Janice Hannah Nelson, thank you. I appreciate you being here. I really do. But yeah, this is happening again. Trump floated these. The president of the United States has floated a cryptocurrency. Pause that. Remember Haktua? Yeah, it's going up today. Yeah, I checked the charts this morning. It's going up today. You know why? You think that the SEC under Trump is going to go after Haktua? You think they're going to go after the same platform that Trump has offered his coin on? Do you think? Well, the markets are betting that they're not. And that's a problem. That is a massive conflict of interest. But this isn't going to be like the last administration where he had to try to get reelected. Trump doesn't need to get reelected. Trump is not going to get reelected. The only way Trump stays into power is fascism, is if they end our democracy 100%. He doesn't even have to pretend, and he's not. He's rubbing it in his own base's face. Go back to H-1B visas. Randy Oliver, thanks for the support. Maggots spent their egg money. Yeah, they did. I love you people so much. Yeah, they did. Marty Felix, it's how he gets foreign money. Yeah, nobody's going to ever track who bought into Trump's coin. Did that money come straight out of Russia? Did it come straight out of China? Nobody's going to investigate this. And the oligarchs know it. That's what they paid for. That's what they paid for. Is a government. Sherby D. Scudo, thank you. Scudo, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. And thanks for the support. Thank you. I appreciate you. Nobody's going to do any investigations. That's what the oligarchs paid for. That's what they bought. That's why I had to laugh when I saw. You remember I told you with the whole immigration thing that it's going to be for TV. It's going to be a spectacle. But it's not really going. They're not really going to go after immigrants. They're just going to put them in a bad situation so that their employers who make money off of them can abuse them more without recourse. But they're not really going to get rid of all the immigrants. They're not. But they are going to build the camp, and they are going to put cameras down there, and they are going to put some people in there. I had to laugh. There were articles that were going back to Eisenhower and his operation. Not my term. It's what they literally. There was a government operation called Operation Wetback, where they deported American citizens. If you were there when they went to pick people up, it's like that old movie Born in East LA with Cheech Marin where he got busted and sent back across. That shit really happened under Eisenhower. Tom Homan is trying to tell people, yeah, we're going to do this. Man, we're going after Chicago. Anything to try to get headlines. We're going after Chicago. And he keeps talking about Chicago over and over and over again. And the corporate media is like, ooh, be scared. Ooh. Why? So that MAGA will feel, oh, look, Trump's doing it. Them brown people I hate, he's getting them, man. He's getting them. Trump's doing what he said he would do. No, he's not. No, he's not. Because of the people sitting on the dais behind him, sitting in the rotunda with him. Like, I don't know, Elon Musk, who lives off H-1B visas. Elon Musk, who is the only reason in falling sales that he can keep posting that he's paying people, that there's some chance that someday they make money, is H-1B visas. H-1B visas. They fire the American workers and then they use a broken visa process to bring in foreign workers to replace them. You think Tom Homan is going to take a close look at violations in the H-1B visa program? No. Or the H-2B visa program that Trump uses to put employees into Mar-a-Lago to make beds and work out in the gardens. Think Tom Homan is going to look at that? No, that ain't going to happen, folks. It ain't going to happen. But here's the silver lining. I mean, you keep looking for that silver lining. We got a lot of fighting to do. You got to have something to hang your hat on. Silver lining, we're going to call it out. There are people, yeah, we're not on our heels. We're on the attack. Every damn day when they're trying to run those big press, and the corporate media is playing up to them. Look at what CBS did. CBS wants a big merger. So they're going to settle a lawsuit that they could win against Donald Trump. And they're just going to pay him so that Donald Trump doesn't block their big, beautiful $1 billion merger. We are in the darkest era of corruption. Open, in your face corruption that we have seen since before Teddy Roosevelt. We're beyond Standard Oil and the Teapot Dome because they're doing it on the 5 o'clock news, folks. They're doing it in your face without fear because Trump doesn't have to run for re-election. And they know no Trump, no MAGA. This base is going to die anyway. So they got to get paid and paid now. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. They're not thinking down the road. They're not thinking about the future. That's us. That's us. We're looking long term. Yeah, we're going to have a stinking mess to clean up. We are. We are going to have a stinking miserable mess to clean up. But clean it up we will. If you stay active, you stay at it, you keep working at it, you keep focusing on what you're doing. Remember, you don't need the oligarchs. You don't. But they sure as hell need you. Elon Musk's and Tesla value cannot stay up there forever. He cannot keep reporting, hawking bullshit robo taxis will not carry you after through quarter after quarter after quarter after quarter. At some point, you have to stop failing. And I don't know about you. Are any of you going to buy a Tesla ever for any reason? I don't care if Elon Musk died tomorrow and Taylor Swift bought the company. Would you buy a Tesla? I want to pin a pin on this conversation. I want to talk about this mug. I offended a lot of people with this mug. I did. There's a lot of people out there, and you're good and decent people. You are. They're like, hey, what are you promoting a murderer for? He was a murderer. Yes, he was. And I'm not promoting a murderer. I'm promoting the fact that we are done. We are done. I don't know about you, but what I'm doing is I am closing my wallet. I am. We are limiting what we spend and what we do. I'll be damned if oligarchs are gonna sit there in my face, bribing Trump, selling out our country. When you got the CEO of Coca-Cola printing Trump out commemorative Diet Coke bottles, I will fucking die before I buy another Coca-Cola product. That's where I am. I am Team Luigi. And old Snoop Dogg and Nelly and all those people that thought it would be okay. Sylvester Stallone, who thought it would be okay. You're done, bud. Stick a fork in that old fucker. He's done. I don't know about you. I was watching his show, that old Tulsa King thing. I was watching, not anymore. I will never watch another episode. You enjoy your time with John Voight and Mel Gibson. Mel Gibson used to make blockbuster, massive hits. And now he plays supporting actor roles when he can get them. Enjoy that, Sly. That's your future. So, yeah, I'm Team Luigi, 100%. Yeah, I am. I am. I wasn't going to. I him and hawed about it. I thought it was a harsh message, and I didn't know if I was going to send it. But then I got a couple really high and mighty people telling me with their nose up in the air, telling me what a sorry bastard I was for even owning a mug like that. I was going to make it for myself because I enjoy the message. But after those emails, you bet your ass I'm selling it. Amen, Sally. That is the point I'm getting at. Never underestimate the power of sitting on your ass. You hear me? Never underestimate the power of sitting on your ass. Now, I'm not asking you to hurt yourself. I'm not. But I will tell you this, Mrs. Texan Paul and I, we got into a real bad habit of eating out. We did. We would run errands, and since we have to go drive into town, one of the towns near us, in order to do that, we would eat out. Not anymore. Not anymore. Too many people around here absolutely support Donald Trump and are against my country and my fellow people and think it's okay. I'll be damned if I'm going to finance that. I will be damned if I'm going to finance that. And yeah, I catch a lot of shit because I shop at Sam's Club or I shop, it's what I got. But I don't have to spend a lot there. It's kind of like Amazon. When you're as rural as I am, you're kind of screwed into where you can order from. We have been doing the extra work, and we didn't spend, I don't think we spent $50 at Amazon for Christmas. I don't think we did. We would normally, because we're rural, rely heavily on Amazon. Didn't happen this year. I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I'm going to walk the walk. Folks, I need to lose weight anyways. So yeah, I'm cutting my Sam's Club money. Can I eliminate it? No, I can't. Because my alternatives here are I either go to Sam's Club or I go pay twice as much for my groceries at another grocery chain that also supports Trump. That's the situation I'm screwed in. So when I tell you, when I talk bad about Tesla or I talk bad about, you know, that's what I'm doing. And this is exactly what I'm doing right here, right here. That's exactly love to, bud. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I have look at my skin. Remember how blotchy my skin used to be? That ain't makeup, baby. Look, that ain't makeup. That ain't makeup. I've been drinking tons of water and my skin looks freaking great now. Fuck Coca-Cola. And y'all know me. I'm a history guy. Before they came out and did all this nonsense, I was reminding people, oh, Santa Claus and Christmas, that really comes out of a Coca-Cola ad campaign. Our idea what Christmas. I was giving them props. I was giving them kudos. I'm not a hater. But you want to sit there, Mr. Quincy, and you want to break bread with Trump and make him feel all special, you do that on your own, bud. I, with these fat little fingers, I put the logos on them in the next room. The blanks, the blanks, we have a supplier that we order from. We had a supplier that we were using before. Good luck finding an American-made cup. Couldn't do it. The only American-made cups I found were too small, and they were like 5 times as much. So yeah, I'm buying these online, and this cup is made in China. It's made in China. I won't ever bullshit you. I won't lie to you. This cup is made in China, but it is superior to the original cup we started with that was chipping. I'm anal about that. Let's go into the round table. Let's start with that one. It's a good question. I'm very anal about that. I don't like chipped cups and broken bowls and you know what I mean, stuff like that, or bent forks. Or I don't. It's my OCD. I don't handle it well. A lot of the older cups, because I'm kind of rough. I'll slam them down on the counter, whatever would get a little chip on it. This one's rounded and beveled. It's thicker. It's heavier. The handle's thicker. It is a better cup. It is a better cup. And since I can't find a cup made here, I just went with the better cup. I did. It was about the quality. And I know it's heavy. I know it's heavy. I do. It is a heavy cup. It is, I mean, it is a heavy cup. No joke. It's no bullshit. You could hurt somebody if you hit somebody with it. Me too. That was the selling point. We tried a couple different suppliers. Again, could not find a supplier here in the United States that made a cup this big. And I'm not going to sell and I'm not going to drink out of a cup this big. I'm not going to do it. What I make for me. What you get is what I use. And yes, I make them in the next room. So yeah, I don't know if that excites you or not, but yeah, my fat little fingers make each and every one of these. So if it's screwed up, spare my feelings. I do the best I can. I throw away so many cups. I am so freaking anal. Mrs. Texas Paul gets so mad at me. I am so freaking anal. I'm like, oh, look. If you look under a microscope, you can see this one spot right here that I don't like it. It's not quite as dark. And Mrs. Texas Paul's like, I can't see what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. It's a reject. I am. I got OCD that way. I really do. Colleen Sarah, I bought a soda siphon for carbonated water, and I can choose flavoring and desire. There are so many options out there. Christine, thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. And you know what? I want to tell you this. You'll see a lot of people, And there's a lot, this is it. This is how we support the show. The mugs and this. And this is not a sales pitch. This is not that whole NPR, cry for, this is not it. This is disclosure. I want you to know what I know. When y'all support the show through those stickers in chat, you're also supporting Google. You are. And I don't beef with Google about that. This platform that we are streaming to, they provide it. And I don't pay for access to it. Y'all pay for it. When y'all support the show, Google takes a cut. They do. So I see a lot of creators, they'll try to get around that. They'll put on the screen, you'll see, hey, you can donate here, and then they get an extra little bit. To me, no. Google's supplying this. Why would I screw them? Why? Why would I screw them? They're the ones that are helping us do this. I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong about that, folks. I mean, it's just the way I look at it. It's like, if you're doing the work and you're providing the platform, why would I try to screw you by circumventing it just so I can get a few extra bucks off each donation? I don't know. To me, it just doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem moral. But anyways, folks, that's what I got for you today. We've got plenty of time for a roundtable. We'll talk about anything you want to talk about. We can talk about the hostages. What's the latest in the hostages? Have they arrived safely, or that's a good question right there. Is Google safe? Let's talk about social media for a second. If you put a social media app, and I don't care whose social media app it is, you are giving them access to all of your data. You just are. I don't know how to say this more clearly. If something is free to you, you are not the customer. You are the product. Now, it's not as nefarious as it seems. It isn't. Because, like, Google's not going to come back. Linda Hawk said, excrement and TikTok will go the way of MySpace. Amen. That's what I am telling you. I'll stick my neck out on that prediction. They're done. They're done. That's why TikTok is scrambling right now to change their messaging to take down the part where they said they're working with Trump. Also, companies can do the right thing. Like, I used some of the funds to send Jews to places like the USA during the show. The lights fell around foul of the German government doing it. Your dollars matter. Amen. Well said, and thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. But yeah, let's talk about social media for a second. This is important, folks. There's a reason you'll be talking about it. This happened. We laugh about it. We laugh. Look, they can't blackmail me. Let me make some confessions to you. My porn is kinky as hell. It is kinky as hell. I am a freak, let me tell you. So when Google or whoever, whatever platform that I'm using on my social media, you can't blackmail me for that. Everybody knows I'm a freak. What are you going to do? Guess what? When nobody but my phone is looking, I pick my nose. I do. How you going to blackmail me? How you going to blackmail me? You can't. You can't. So the data they collect on me, I don't care. I don't care. But I go into it with my eyes open. There's a reason when you're talking, when me and Mrs. Texas Paul, we laugh about this. It used to make her very spooked. It used to make her very nervous. But we would be talking about a subject or a car or anything else. You know me, I'm crazy about that ID buzz, which I will not buy because dealers are put in that ID buzz. Oh, I wanted one of them so bad. I wanted that to be my first full EV, was an ID buzz. The new Volkswagen bus. I just love that old school stuff. My Harley is a retro, though. It looks like something out of the 50s. I love the retro stuff. I do. I was in love with that idea. I will not buy one of them damn things. I will not buy one. Do you know retail on that thing is pretty high? Really high. It is. It's not cheap. And I was really, you know me, I'm a tight bastard. I was really just him and hawing about, do I want to take the hit on that? Do I really want to take the hit on that? Do I want to take the hit on? They are so popular. Dealers are marking them things up like 20, 30% over retail. I don't pay retail for cars. I don't. My wife made a sales manager at a dealership. I love my wife so much. She could take a quarter and squeeze it till the eagle screams. She made a sales manager at a dealership so angry one time that he cried. He literally had tears come down his cheek. I don't pay retail, much less on markup over retail. But back to what we were talking about. Back to what we were talking about social media. They can't blackmail me. They can't. So go in with your eyes open. If you plan to run for office or something like that, or if you plan, if you got something that people, playing videos of you tooting or getting freaky or whatever you record on your phone will hurt you later, don't put a social media app on it. Don't, because you're handing them that data. It's in that 14,000 page contract you sign. Every time, every couple months, like every 2 months, they send you hey, we've updated our terms that you never read. They all do that. They do. That's not hyperbole. Google it. Check for yourself. I love when y'all fact check old Texas Paul. I love that. It is the truth, though. But I love danger proofing myself. I love the fact, Trump says I could kill somebody, I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and not lose a voter. Yeah, I could tell anybody I pick big old buggers out my nose and never lose a single viewer. Not a single one. And it danger proofs me. It just does. I'm not trying to be gross. It's self-defense. Don Petty, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. Look who our bottled water. Coke owns bottled water. Nestle owns bottled water, and they all support Trump. You said suppose. I'm going to assume you meant support there. Bottled water is dangerous. The bottles are made from petroleum, so you're drinking oil. That last part, not it. Yes, but no, you're not really drinking oil. I'm not going to go there with you. I'm not. But I will tell you this, you're spot on about who owns these water companies. And it's no better than the water you get out of the refrigerator. It's just convenient. That's why we went out and bought, I have multiple different size glasses. If I want to carry a big old hog container around, I can. If I want a skinnier one that fits and it will fit in my car, I got one. And yeah, I pump my water out of the refrigerator, filtered out of the refrigerator. There you go. That I will tell you. Microplastics, we're going to find out. Back in the 70s, we had a lead problem. We did. And we found it because kids were becoming very sick. So they went looking for the source of the problem. And they found out these kids had lead poisoning. And they started looking for the source of the lead. Guess where they found it? Y'all folks know everything. I'm testing you, making sure you're paying attention. Guess where they found the source of lead contamination that led, well, I wouldn't tell you what it led to because then I'll tell you where they found the lead. Adrian, that's a good guess, and you're wrong. Yes, there was lead in paint in some of the old houses. This is the closest to the right answer. They found it everywhere. They were horrified Every surface in every town they tested came back with lead contamination. And what they found out was the lead in our gasoline when it was burned was just sent up into the atmosphere. You remember what it was like when it was a kid? You'd roll your window down, and my God, you could just smell it. Cars used to just belch out unburned fuel. It would just reek. You can't explain to a kid today what it was like growing up in a car that had ashtrays in the seats, and everybody was just chain smoking, and the amount of unburned raw gasoline that was floating around in the freaking air, just everywhere. You can't explain to them what it was like to be in a traffic stop, because we used to have to remember when you used to have to turn your air conditioner off when you were in traffic because your car would overheat, because we used to make really shitty cars. you know that was our childhood, man. But that lead was everywhere. That's why unleaded gas came out. Microplastics is going to be that going forward. They are really finding out, folks. I'm not trying, me, I'm not a fear monger. There's nothing out right now saying that it's killing us. There's nothing out right now that's saying it's building up enough that it's significant. But I suspect that we're going to find out in the future that, yeah, microplastics are more problematic than we thought they were. And they are everywhere. And those water bottles you were talking about drinking oil, yeah, you use anything plastic, and they'll tell you that. I want you to Google this. Google about the black plastic cooking utensils. I'm telling you, those things shed all. Just Google it. Well, this is a good roundtable. Y'all are really on some good subjects, man. Y'all are on some good subjects. While I'm looking for another subject, I want to talk to you about the inauguration. A lot of people asked me to do a show tomorrow. And I thought at first, that'd be a good idea. That would be a good idea. But then I got to thinking about, no. Tomorrow is a day of mourning. Tomorrow is a day of mourning. And if I did do a show tomorrow, I would be talking about the inauguration. And I'm not going to give it any air. Tomorrow, I'm going to mourn. The only thing that I'm going to celebrate is Martin Luther King tomorrow. That's it. So tomorrow, I will not do a show. I will not. And I'm going to abstain from social media. I'll make one comment about Martin Luther King in the morning, and that's it. Yeah, they're going to bring, yeah. They haven't said it, but as soon as the Trump regime takes power, that's the grift. That's the whole point, is that as soon as Trump takes power, they'll bring TikTok back up, and all the people on TikTok are supposed to be grateful for their savior, Donald Trump. That's why I went through and I gave you the background information so that they stuck that ban in a must-have foreign aid bill. It was a do or die bill for Ukraine. They were doing Putin's bidding, trying to kill that aid for you. You remember this. When I talk about it, it'll jog your memory. They were trying to kill that Ukraine funding. So they stuck the TikTok ban in there and left the Democrats with a choice. Do I let people die, or do I suck up the kids on TikTok? And the Democrats said, we're the grown-ups in the room. We can't let people die. We're not the Republicans. So yeah, they passed the bill that the Republicans put the TikTok ban in. So when Trump gets back in office, he is absolutely going to open TikTok back up, and all of his right-wing trolls are going to be, Joe Biden signed that bill to kill TikTok, and I saved it. That's the narrative. And all of those lousy people that are always in those circular firing squads are going to be telling you, "Oh, the Democrat messaging on this was terrible. It's the Democrats' fault. Why they should have never tried. They should have been smart enough not to piss off them kids at TikTok." Absolutely putting that right-wing propaganda out there. That is our biggest challenge. That's my biggest challenge, is getting through that, because everything I talk about the Democrats do, those posts and videos are flooded with people that want to seem smart by shit talking the Democrats. Lincoln, thanks for the support. Kamala spoke after certification, said democracy stood today. I disagree with her entirely. Sorry, I'm that guy. Another wood slug knocked out of the Jenga tower of democracy. I think what she was saying there, if I read it correctly, and what I took from it was, we adhered to democracy. We didn't have a January 6th. We didn't try to steal an election. Yes, Donald Trump won. Yes, it sucks. Yes, elections have consequences and it's going to hurt. But I believe the overarching belief, and it is the belief that I also carry, is that we'll survive this. We will. But I want to caution you one thing. There's a lot of people that are saying, "Hey, come to Blue Sky." Great, great. But I have to tell you folks, and I'm anyways, Pat Wentland says, "Find an MLK documentary and leave the TV on it so the ratings go to that." Amen. That's a good idea. I don't want to be hyperbolic. I don't. And I'm trying to think of the right well, look, I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm just gonna be blunt about it. They want to take me out, they can. Our community keeps growing and growing and growing, and I am a thorn in their side, and you know others that are too. They want to take us out, they can. Yeah. I mean, they just can. They can take down our platforms. So if we all run and put our eggs in one basket, say Blue Sky, they'll just kill Blue Sky, and they're going to hold the lever of powers to do it. So going forward, one of the things that we have to work on is what ifs. What if they attack old Texas, Paul, and and there's 1,000 ways they can do it. Send the IRA. I don't give them ideas, but yeah, there are 1,000 ways they could do it. Linda Orndorff, good to see you. Good to see you. Trump is going to raise the flags back to full mast. That should be at half mast for Jimmy Carter because he's a weak and petty. Thanks for the support again, Carol. I appreciate you. He is a weak and petty man. But yeah, folks, that's why we have to that's why I try to make it, it's not about me. It is about us. And this message, they can't change us, and we have to keep moving and keep grooving, keep doing what we're doing. And if they take Blue Sky down, I'll find another platform. I'm really good at that. I've got hundreds of thousands of people on just about every platform but Facebook. I don't mess with Facebook much. I really don't. I'll stream there, but the limitations on Facebook are just too much. And I'm getting rid of TikTok. But I will always find other platforms to keep our community working forward. But don't be shocked if they figure out they can't control us. They really think right now they can control the messaging and they can control us. They can't. And when that sets in, one of two things is going to happen. It's either going to be too late, too sad, and we're going to have taken power back, or they're going to take out people like me. Or both. We don't know. But I made the decision a long time ago that I'm not going to sit there and shut up. Yeah, there's risk. Yeah, I get death threats. Yeah, it's worth it. It is worth it. It is. You want to know why I do this? I'll show you. I will show you why. One second. One second. Let me find it. It won't. Thanks. Forgive the dead air. A lot of. I have to find one that's significantly old enough that I don't piss them off. There it is. You want to know why I do this? You don't want to know why I can sit there and tell you they may stick the IRS on me. They may, there's no telling what they'll do. Yes, I put up with death threats. Yes, I put up with, you know, but you want to know why? This is why, right here. Her and 11 more just like her. And if you think I wouldn't die for that, you think I wouldn't face financial ruin for her and her future and her rights? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I can't shut up. I couldn't shut up if I wanted to. I could not shut up if I wanted to. We all have things to fight for. And yeah, it's going to get ugly. It is. It is. But it's worth it. It is worth it. Well, folks, thank you for spending your Sunday with me. I appreciate your time. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for putting up with me muting myself every time I drink a cup of coffee and forgetting to unmute myself. Stoneflower Dragon, I don't think they're competent enough to take you and others out. Also, it would require effort on their part that could go for something else. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go. I'm going to go for about 2 more minutes because this is one of the things. This may be my naivety. One of the reasons I am not scared, for the lack of the way to put it another way, is this is Trump's last hurrah. Trump is focused on making money. That's it. Taking in those bribes. Everything will be about making money. It's not ideological. They're going to fake that. They're going to fake that immigration shit. They're going to do everything they can to keep the grift going. But they're not there to work. They're not. Now, there's ideologues that are dangerous. Russell Vought is a dangerous man. Stephen Miller is a dangerous man. Tom Homan is a dangerous man. But I'll fight them. I'll fight them any day of the week and twice on Sunday. Thank you for the support, Marianne. I really appreciate you. I really do. Catherine Ryan, I'll be wearing black, drinking coffee out of my Texas paw. I didn't vote for the rapist mug. Amen, sister. Go Bills. Good luck with that. Good luck with the Bills. Well, folks, that's what I've got for you today, and I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you being here. I hope you enjoyed the show. Um, I need you to get to work. They're going to be trying to push this grift about Trump saved TikTok when Trump was the one that blackmailed him in the first place. Trump is the one that caused all this. 100%. It's a grift. Speak out. Talk to him about the foreign aid bill. When they say Biden signed this, no, he didn't. He signed a foreign aid bill. Republicans put it in that bill, not Democrats. Love you, folks. It's old Texas Paul. Enjoy some Texas cities at night.